Welcome to the Explainer. You know, on these big corporate earnings calls, you can pretty much skip the prepared remarks. The real action, the stuff that tells you what's actually going on, that happens in the Q&A. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're diving into the questions Wall Street just lobbed at CoStar's CEO to figure out what's really driving this company.
All right, let's get right into it. The Q&A is basically a stress test for a company's strategy, right? You've got these super sharp analysts asking the tough questions. We've listened to the whole thing and boiled it all down to the four huge themes that kept coming up again and again.
So, first thing on their minds, the absolute heart of the business, sales bookings. You could tell analysts were trying to figure out, okay, is CoStar's crazy growth finally settling down into a normal rhythm, or is this thing still just a runaway train?
And this is such a classic Wall Street question. It's a very polite, coded way of asking, hey, is the party winding down? Are you guys becoming predictable? Because you know how they answer that tells you everything about their future growth. And the answer was fascinating. It's like they're running two completely different companies under one roof. You've got Apartments.com, which is kind of like the steady, reliable battleship. It moves with the seasons, totally predictable. And then you've got Homes.com, which is just a straight-up rocket ship. No seasons, no dips, just a clean upward line. It's totally ignoring the normal rules of the game.
And to put a number on that rocket ship, get this, 53%. That was the jump in net new bookings for Homes.com. And we're not talking year over year, that's just from Q2 to Q3. An increase like that in a single quarter is absolutely insane. It definitely got everyone's attention, you can bet on that.
So the next logical question is, how in the world are you doing that? And the CEO's answer was pretty straightforward. It's all about the sales team. They've gone on a massive hiring spree. And what's wild is that even while these new people are still getting up to speed, they're already bringing in more money than they cost. It's so effective, they're actually hitting pause on hiring just to focus on training up the huge team they already have. Okay, so once everyone understood the crazy growth story at Homes.com, you could feel the analysts pivot. They switched gears and looked back at the big, established brand Apartments.com. The question was pretty simple. With all these new salespeople, is the tide lifting all boats? Is the main business getting a boost too? And this is a really, really smart question. It's probing for weakness. Hey, you've got this bigger sales army now, so why is Apartments.com still growing at the same old pace? Have you hit a wall? Is there a limit to how big it can get? But the way management answered this was just textbook. They flipped it. Instead of it being a weakness, they framed it as a strength. The message was basically, look, Apartments.com is our well-oiled machine. It does exactly what we expect it to do quarter after quarter. It's not about jaw-dropping growth spurts anymore. It's about reliable, solid performance you can take to the bank.
All right, so we've got the present day covered. The analysts get it. So naturally, their focus shifted to the future. And the big buzzword on everyone's lips? AI. What's CoStar's big play here? And maybe more importantly, what's it going to cost them?
So an analyst asks, you're putting half your Homes.com developers on AI. What's the budget for that? And the CEO's answer was kind of a surprise. He said it's not about spending more money, it's about shifting the people they already have, their best developers, onto this new top priority.
And just look at this, a full 50%. Half of the brainpower building their hottest product is now laser-focused on AI. This is not some side project, folks. This is a massive, all-in bet. They're fundamentally retooling the engine of their growth machine for the age of AI.
And here's the kicker. They're making this huge tech pivot while telling Wall Street that spending is going to stay the same or even go down next year. That's the key takeaway. It's aggressive innovation paired with serious financial discipline. That's a message investors love to hear. Okay, for the last big topic, the analysts pulled the lens way back. They stopped asking about next quarter and started asking about the end game. They wanted to know, where is this all headed? What's the ultimate profit goal for your residential business, and how on earth are you going to get there?
I mean, this is the billion-dollar question, right? It's the one every serious investor is thinking about. Growth is great, but at some point you have to show how you're going to turn that growth into massive, repeatable profits. So what's the plan? What's the secret sauce?
And the CEO laid out a really clear three-step playbook. Step 1, keep it simple. Don't get distracted. Just focus on what they do best, marketing, real estate. Step 2, look at what works elsewhere. He pointed to international companies that are already hitting insane 50, even 75% profit margins. It's possible. And step 3, just good old-fashioned hard work. He called it blocking and tackling, just executing day after day.
Now, he was very careful not to give a specific date for hitting that big 40% profit goal. The message was loud and clear: this is a marathon, not a sprint. But, and this is the important part, it's a marathon where they feel like they know the route, they've trained for it, and they're confident they'll cross that finish line.
So when you put it all together, what did we learn from this Wall Street grilling? Well, CoStar laid out a super clear story. They've got disciplined execution on what's working now, a huge bet on AI for what's coming next, and a very clear roadmap to being incredibly profitable. The strategy is set, the playbook is on the table. The only question now is, can they run the plays fast enough to stay ahead in a market that's changing by the second?